Welcome to the lecture on DC machines. Myself, Dr. C. A. Santan Kumar, Head of the Department, Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Bharat Institute of Engineering and Technology, Hyderabad. Today, our topic of discussion is DC machines. Particularly, we will focus on construction of DC machines. So, before going to the construction of DC machine, I would like to give a small introduction to DC machine, how it is used in different industries. So, DC machine is a highly versatile energy conversion device which is having wide range of applications. For the loads which need high starting torque, the loads which need accelerating torques, decelerating torques, wider control of speed, and loads which need reversal braking and reversal operations prefer these kind of machines. So not only this, by having feedback circuits, we can even get inherent characteristics of DC machines. So we prefer general DC machines for most of the industrial applications to do the toughest jobs. Coming to the construction of DC machine is having two members, in which one is a stationary member and second one is a rotating member. Stationary member is having certain parts like yoke, field poles, field windings, interpoles, brush riggings to carry the brushes, and end covers, bearings. So these are the major parts that are present on the stationary side, which is called as stator. Next, coming to the rotating member, in rotating member is nothing but a rotor. So armature core, armature conductors, commutator, shaft. So these are the major parts that are present on the rotor side. So this is the cross-sectional view of the DC machine where you can see all the parts. So here we are having a outer periphery which is nothing but a yoke or frame which is rested on a supporting base, and field poles are connected to this yoke, and field windings are wounded to these field poles. And simultaneously we can see that in rotating part we are having a shaft, commutator which is having certain segments, and we are having armature conductors are placed inside the armature. This is the cross-sectional view of a DC machine. So let us see part by part, and here it is a yoke. Yoke is rested on a supporting base. So the main function of yoke is it provides a low reluctance path for pole flex, and it also provides mechanical support to the entire machine. So these are the two main functions of a yoke, and this yoke is rested on a supporting base. And this yoke is made up of unlaminated ferromagnetic material. And in general, in the recent advancements, the modern day DC machines are also having laminated type yokes. So when they are operated with power electronic based converters. And for smaller machines, this yoke is made up of cast iron, and for larger machines, it is made up of fabricated steel. So yoke acts as yoke gives the mechanical support to the entire machine. Field poles are made up of stack of steel plates which are riveted together. These steel plates are of thickness 1.5 mm to 3 mm. Generally, these field poles will have two sections. One is pole core and second one is pole shoe. Pole core is of smaller section compared to pole shoe. The main reasons for behind this is, if pole core is of smaller section, the field winding which is wounded on the pole core will have less copper usage. Field winding is wounded on the pole core, and these field windings are excited by DC and to produce alternate north and south poles. Therefore, we can say that DC machines are retropolar type construction. Here in this figure, we can see the field winding is wounded to this pole cores, and these field windings are excited by using DC. Therefore, we can see 4 poles, alternate north pole, south pole, alternate north pole, south pole formed in the machine. So this is how field windings will be wounded to these pole cores. Based upon the connection between field winding and armature winding, we can classify this into 3 types. One is shunt machine, series machine, and compound machine. And simultaneously, if you take a shunt machine, so number of turns of the field winding will be more and area of cross section is less. Therefore, thin wire will be used for shunt type of machines. And whereas if you take a series machine, number of turns will be less, area of cross section will be more. Thick wire will be used for field winding in case of series machines. If you take a compound machine, shunt field winding will be thin and series field winding will be thick, which is connected to the armature winding. So next, if we move on to the rotor side is having an armature core. So armature core is also made up of stack of circulated steel laminations. So here the purpose of laminating this armature core is to reduce eddy current losses. So these laminations are insulated from one another, thereby we can reduce the eddy current losses, we can improve the efficiency of the DC machine. The periphery of this lamination is slotted to house armature conductors. Here you can see in this figure, slots are provided on the outer periphery of the armature. Therefore, armature conductors will be placed inside these slots. So here you can see these are the slots which are present on the outer periphery of the armature. Armature conductors will be placed inside these slots. Next, one of the major important part of a DC machine is commutator. So why I call it as a major part? Because this commutator will DC generator and AC generator. So DC generator is nothing but AC generator plus commutator. So commutator is an important part for DC machine. What is the purpose of this commutator? This commutator serves the purpose of a converter, a mechanical converter. In case of DC generator, the commutator serves as a mechanical rectifier. The induced voltage inside the armature is generally AC in nature, and that will be taken across the load terminals by converting into DC. This function will be done by the commutator. Whereas in case of DC motor, the supply which we are giving to the DC motor is DC in nature. Therefore, commutator will convert this DC to AC and pass on through the armature conductors. So the main purpose of commutator is to convert from AC to DC and DC to AC in case of DC generator and DC motor. This function demands armature and commutator to be placed on the rotor side of the DC machine. Generally, this commutator is made up of wedge-shaped copper segments. Here in this figure, you can see every part. So this is a wedge, this is one wedge, and this is one wedge, this is one wedge. So a commutator is made up of wedge-shaped copper segments, and these segments are insulated from each other by using mica sheets. Here you can see between two wedges we are having a mica. So this is your mica. So mica sheets will be placed in between two copper segments. And these copper segments are tapped and arranged side by side to form a cylindrical structure. Here you can see, so all the copper segments are arranged side by side to form a cylindrical structure. So this is the commutator, which is an important part in a DC machine. Next, if we go to the brushes, so brushes are used to tap off current from the commutator. Brushes are kept inside the brush holders which are connected to the end cover or yoke. So brushes are made up of carbon for smaller DC machines. In general, brushes are made up of electrographite for certain DC machines, and if a DC machine which is used for low voltage and high current applications, we will use copper graphite. So here another important part is, here we are having springs which keep brush pressure towards the commutator. So we have to take care in maintaining this pressure. So if excess pressure is applied, it may lead to wear of the brushes, and if less pressure is applied, it may lead to excessive arcing at the contact between the commutator and the brushes. So this is how brushes are. Here in this lecture, we have discussed about construction of DC machine, and I have explained what are the important parts in the stator side and what are the important parts on the rotor side, and we have discussed in detail about each and every part that is present in a DC machine. So thanks for watching this video, and we will meet in the next video. Thank you.